Reisel Vilorio is the Deputy Minister of Tourism for Honduras and says the country is celebrating growth in the number of foreign visitors to the country in recent years, up from 1.6 million in 2022 to almost 2 million last year, with the projection to hit 2.5 million this year. In this interview with CGTN, Vilorio spoke about the government's plan to keep up growth and how relations with China can help the country reach its goals.
It's been a great journey through all these years working on increasing the amount of tourists that come to the country through different perspectives. One, the main one is our beauty, our natural beauty, in which we have the most part of our country is surrounded by rainforests, by the second largest coral reef of the Americas, which is the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef. We are surrounded by archaeological parks that are part of the human patrimony according to the UNESCO.
And what are the government plans to continue this growth of the tourism here in the country?
To keep up the growth, we are working on increasing connectivity through connectivity via air and through cruise ships. For example, China, we are working right now on settling connectivity, direct connectivity.
So the country does have the natural beauties, the historical sites, the culture to attract tourists, but what about infrastructure? Do you have the necessary infrastructure for these tourists to come here and enjoy the country?
Honduras is engaging a large compromise on the infrastructure part. Our president, Xiomara Castro, she just told our partners and our Secretary of Infrastructure and Transportation in Honduras that we need to make the touristic corridors in Honduras accessible and that have a great quality for tourists to transport themselves through the country. And we made a plan for the infrastructure of airports. We can see right now that there's an investment on the international airports in Honduras.
So now we are celebrating 1 year of relations between China and Honduras. How could China participate in this development of the tourism industry here, apart from bringing Chinese tourists here?
We've been talking with through the Consulate of Honduras and the Embassy of Honduras in China, so we can establish relationships with them, and that way we can have investment of China and Honduras in the tourism aspect through our main destinations, working in infrastructure projects that can bring that attractivity to the tourists that come to our country. So we are more than welcome to receive that help from China to make an investment in our country for tourism, towards tourism, and helping our country to reach out to an outer world that can come and visit us and have a great experience.
And what about domestic tourism? How much Honduran people travel around their own country? What can be done also to encourage, to increase this local tourism?
For domestic tourism, Honduran tourism, we're working with national projects along the country. But now we're working on promoting those smaller destinations that are working under destination and making it to louder and making it brighter for the people to see them, and they make a decision to travel there. So they can attract local tourism right now and start working on the bigger picture of having Honduras as a destination that has not just 3 main products, but it has 298 municipalities or destinations that can offer you some tourism attractive.
Muchas gracias.
No, a la orden.